on, guys, and welcome back to the Honeystead.
Hi everyone.
My mom and I snuck up to the apothecary because we need to make up a new product for us because, oh my goodness, this time of year, my hands are dry and cracked and
getting chapped.
Yes. So a few months ago, I harvested up a bunch of plantain leaves.
And that was the broadleaf plantain.
Or Plantago major is the scientific name. And so what I did is I macerated up the leaves. This is fresh, okay? So when we do a fresh plant matter in oil, you always want to let any extra moisture escape. We've had it stored for a couple of months underneath the island in the cabinet.
So we're gonna have to strain it.
I know.
We're out because we made a small batch of salves at the Homesteaders of America workshop that we held up here at the farm.
So yeah, that workshop was a lot of fun, and it was really cool to encourage other people to not only learn about beekeeping, but all the medicinal byproducts of what you can use. When I took everyone over to the apiary to do a quick hive inspection, Mom stayed in here in the apothecary, and you showed them a good bit of things to do with some of the byproducts. This is included.
Right, and this was one of the salves that we made. We made a plantain oil salve, and everybody got to scent it with essential oils if they wanted to. We had a few different kinds laid out. And so I think everybody had a good time.
But it's really important to get to know plantain, especially if you are a beekeeper, and that's one of the things that I have honestly shared. This is kind of my go-to. Thank you. So if I get stung, I immediately will take a few leaves, I'll make a quick poultice, and I'll put it on my sting, and it'll help draw out the sting.
It's such a great plant. It offers so much, not only just for bee stings and insect bites, but just overall.
Now we went ahead and strained it out.
Oh, you should see, if you could shine a light through that.
I know, it's beautiful. And the other thing is that we are going to keep it kind of shelf life stable and store it in amber colored bottles. We strained it and then filtered it with cheesecloth. I also have some cottonwood oil that we infused last year, and I really wish that you guys could smell this.
Oh, that's the balm of Gilead.
Yeah. The buds start to seep out. It's beautiful resin, and we harvested a good bit of it. And
we had a tree branch
fall,
so we were able to salvage all those buds, and that thing was full.
Oh yeah. This is probably one of my favorite smelling oils to make a salve with. And cottonwood oil is used not only for antimicrobial, but it's also used for anti-inflammatory.
Isn't it an antiseptic too?
It is. So we're gonna just add it in, mainly because our hands are starting to get cracked and cold and nasty. And so we're gonna heal the cracks, but I've shared openly about my hand and an injury that I had a few years back. And I do have sometimes stiffening pain in my hand.
I get it all the time.
I know. But I'm gonna need it.
No,
the colder it gets,
great.
The worse my hand feels. It's almost like mild arthritis, honestly.
Yeah, well, it probably is. You've got damage and a little scar tissue.
Damage.
Speaking of damage, that's one thing about that cottonwood oil. You don't want to use that on a deep wound because that does promote healing on surface skin. So just like calendula, you have to be careful. Anything with a deep wound, you want to let that deep wound heal from the deepest,
like secondary intention, from the bottom up.
From the bottom up. And then, so this would be one case that you probably wouldn't want to use that cottonwood oil on that.
Right. That is so rich.
Okay. All right, so we're going into the plantain oil with this.
Yeah, go ahead and let's do it. It smells so good.
Look how red that is. You know, we've been doing a lot of red and green stuff here lately. I think we're kind of, the plants are getting us ready.
Seasonal.
Oh, look at it bubble.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really pretty. Okay. All right, so our ratio that we have found in our salve, and there's a lot of different ratios out there. It just really depends on what type of texture you want. Do you want a harder salve? Do you want a silkier salve? The ratio that we found has really worked well with us, and essentially it's
well, you maintain it at 1 cup of oil to 1 ounce of beeswax. We're going to add, to make this a little softer, we're going to add some coconut oil to it. So it's actually going to be 1.5 cups of oils, but then it's going to be 1.5 ounces of beeswax. So it's going to stay pliable.
And you can very much play around with your ratios depending on what you want. This we want silky smooth, so let's start blending. If you noticed, our beeswax is not that pretty cosmetic white, pure beeswax that you would get from like your craft store like Michael's, or something that you would buy online. And that's mainly because we only pretty much render it down at least once. I know that you can do it over and over and over again, but I want the smell. I want
the aroma and all the effects. I don't know, I'm afraid maybe you lose something when you make it go white. When you're changing the color, it's like you're what else are you taking out?
So we leave our beeswax essentially beautiful, rich, like this.
Golden yellow.
Yep, and that's what we use to make the majority of our products. And you know, we could clean it out over and over again, but
why?
But why?
I think it's about ready. You might want to take a look.
So the beeswax is melted down. We did 1.5 ounces of that. Now we're gonna add in
1/2 cup of coconut oil.
And you guys can add whatever you want. This is just what we had. I got a really good deal of organic coconut oil. That's gonna melt down. I'm kind of excited to see the color of it.
It's gonna be red and green.
It's gonna be pretty. Almost there. Almost there.
I think it takes longer when we're watching it.
Well, of course.
I would say.
I think we're there. Just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the heat. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off, actually.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's congealing because it's colder than what's in the pot. Look at the color of the...
Yep, that was the...
So the plantain went out first, and then the cottonwood was last.
Now look at that. That's crazy. So we're not going to cook the oil, so that's why I turned the heat down, but we do need to mix that up. I am going to turn the temperature back just very low.
It won't take a second.
No. That color it's red and green.
Kind of make a brown, maybe?
It looks like it.
Oh, smell it.
Oh my gosh.
This is coming with us.
I know. Well, I need it for my hand. Look at my look at my hands. Oh, that's the scar that I'm talking about.
That was
you see that?
barbed wire.
That was a barbed wire.
Tough girl. Take on a barbed wire fence.
I'm not adding any essential oils in this. I think it smells beautiful as it is.
But if you were to add essential oils, once it's poured in the container before it cools.
I don't think it needs it. That
No,
balm
I
of
would
Gilead
not.
is gorgeous.
If it were just plantain, if you wanted to, you could add a little calendula oil. You could
lavender.
add lavender. I figured, I wasn't sure if how many we were going to get. I was trying to get 12, but I guess I poured a little heavy. So we got 9.
You always want to go ahead and write down exactly what you put in the tin.
Because they all kind of look green sometimes.
Yeah. But I'm not necessarily going to seal them all up quite yet because of the condensation, any of the heat. They're still they're still cooling down, but oh my goodness. I really wish that I could share this smell. We didn't add any essential oil into this. I don't think it needs it.
No.
It smells so good.
That cottonwood is just so fragrant.
It's heavenly.
Oh my goodness.
We were able to fill 9?
2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes.
9 2-ounce tins. I mean, that shows you how little it actually took to be able to make this many tins of salve. Now this is going to go bless our family, bless our hands. We always keep a little bit set aside, especially for if any of our clients might need something like this. We do keep product here. I'm excited to get this on my hands.
Me too.
And we really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us in the apothecary. So, as always,
don't be afraid
to get your hands dirty.
and learn something old.
Bye, guys.
Bye.